Hello everybody, this is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship, and I'm going to throw out a little secret that very, very few people know anymore. When I was a lot younger of a trainer, and most of my business at that stage was working around training performance horses. I kind of made a living for years and years of kind of being a specialist, I guess you could say. I specialized in starting colts for futurity programs, and started off, I was riding cutters for a lot of the cutting guys. At first I would go to their places, then it got to the point where they trusted me enough to send me their futurity prospects to my place, and I could get more done actually at my place, and I could get the horses going a little bit better. I could teach the horses not only how to learn, but how to get schooled without being offended by being schooled and educated. And so anyway, that's kind of where I got my start. And then one thing always leads to another. So as I got those babies going pretty darn good, I kind of got the itch to start showing and competing more. And so I began to start showing some in various types of shows at different levels. Mainly whatever my clients wanted me to take my horses to, that's where we would go. But as I did that, I kind of got the nickname, and I don't know why, because I didn't figure I was doing it any more than anybody else, but I kind of got the nickname of Sir Lopes a lot. and I think the reason why was because every time you looked up, I was loping a colt around or loping a horse around. I want to say probably at least 50% of my training, if not more, was done at a lope and a canter. And might have been because I worked with a trainer many years ago that kind of bought me, or kind of got me into buying into the idea of having a colt too tired to argue. So if I ever had a horse that was really fussy and I couldn't get them to stay focused, well, I'd just quietly lope them off and just lope them until the point where they'd want to listen. And then I'd start educating them a little bit more about what I wanted to do. And then if the colt got a little bit distracted or whatever the case may be, I'd simply, rather than fuss with him or argue with him, I'd just start loping him around again. And before you know it, I had his mind back on me and eager to learn, and I'd begin to train him some more. And if he got a little bit distracted or a little ill, I'd go back to loping. And so I guess as a result, the various people, the different barns and different horse shows, and even in my own facility, people would say, well, there's Mr. Lopes-a-Lot, Sir Lopes-a-Lot was the nickname they gave me. And to see where there's a little known fact I just thought I'd share with you guys today as you join us on the ranch road. And today we're actually coming back from Cuero. We've been over there at Ful-O-Pep picking up some of their top quality horse feed. I feed a product that they make, which is a 12% protein, or 12% protein, and a fairly high fat count in there as well. And I've just found that it's just a phenomenal feed for my horses, both in condition and getting horses in condition. And so I couldn't say more about Ful-O-Pep, and not only just the quality products that they make, and really for everything. And they've got some of the best show feed for calves and feeder calves I've ever seen. And at the same time, their horse feed is just out of this world phenomenal. And it's all made right there in one of two mills that they own. One in Cuero, Texas, which is not far from us. It's literally not a 30-minute drive. And then the other mill is in San Antonio. But nonetheless, we're really grateful for them and for the feed and the products that they produce for us. And I'd highly recommend them. Anybody that's thinking about feeding a really good quality horse feed for your horses, get your horses both in physical and good emotional shape, I highly recommend the Ful-O-Pep line of feeds. And if you have any questions about those, be sure and contact me, and I will go over the formulas that I'm most familiar with and tell you why I've decided to start feeding those feeds. And again, I've got nothing against any of the other feed companies. It's just that I tend to go with what really, really works for me. And of course, it's got to be, I've got to see value in that with both the product of the feed, or the quality of the feed, as well as a cost value. And honestly, I've not found anything better in probably 20 plus years that I've been in the horse industry, or 20 plus years of my last 20 years in the horse industry. I've not found anything better for my horses, and been very, very pleased with it, to say the least. So anyway, I hope that little tidbit helps you. Don't forget to contact us if you need more information about the Ful-O-Pep feeds. And until next time, this is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship, or you can call me Sir Lopes-a-Lot.